Hi Stampers, welcome to Friday edition of Maker Mornings with Meg. I'm Meg, and today I am going to make your holiday season a breeze. It's just going to be so much easier and you're going to be really glad. So if you raise your hand, if you've already put your Christmas cards together. Oh, I might have to let the puppy out. We'll see in a minute. Anyway, raise your hand if you have already started your Christmas cards, or raise your hand if you've already finished your Christmas cards. Now, everyone else, raise your hand if you're like, I have big plans for Christmas cards, but they haven't happened yet. So that is perfect, because today's project is going to help you just make those Christmas cards super quickly. It's going to get you in the spirit of Christmas and really excited about the holidays. And it's going to leave you extra time to make cookies when you're done. So, or feel free to make cookies first and then do your cards, whatever works for you. But anyway, these are really great projects today, and they feature the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suites. So this one here, which is on the last chance product list. So if today's projects are something that you're really excited about, I'd recommend not waiting to add them to your shopping cart and get them purchased, because when they sell out, they're gone. So all right, we are going to combine today's projects. I'm going to show you 4 cards in the next little short bit. We're going to put them together. It's going to be pretty quick. We're going to use the Memories and More card pack, which comes with 60 of the card pieces. So they come in a couple different sizes, but there's 60 front and back sides of all of these pieces. And then some sheets of the self-adhesive die cut stickers. And then the pack of cards and envelopes that go along with them. Where's my cards and envelopes? Here they are. So here is a set of these. And you know from watching my videos, I've been using these for the last couple of months for all kinds of different things. So not even just the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite. So they're really great if you have leftovers, but you get 20 of those cards in a package. With the envelopes ready to go, and the size is a little larger. So if you are a person who likes to send a 4x6 photo with your Christmas cards, today's cards are also going to be perfect for you. Okay, so with no further ado, shall we get started stamping? Yeah, I'm gonna flip you guys down here. I think my camera needs some readjusting. Let's see, how are we doing here? Okay, so, oh, and I'm on the wrong page. Got distracted before I started videoing this morning. Let's see. So anyway, as I get this all set up, I'm going to show you these projects today. Let's see, that's weird. And we're going to go through some cards. So the card projects are going to be included with the, there we go. Included with the December tutorials that I'm offering. So you'll get the laid out picture if you're like, wait, Meg, I missed in the video, where did those pieces come from, et cetera, et cetera. If you place an order from me in December, you'll get the PDF, which includes everything laid out with the directions and cutting and stuff. And if you order at least $50, then you'll also get a set of 2 card kits in the mail that you can use to make your own cards. So, all right, you guys ready to get started? So we are going to start first with one of these grids. So you get 6 of these fun grids in the package, and I'm going to splurge and use a whole one here. I'm flipping through for my sample. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to fit here, and I'm going to give you a tip for assembling this. You can glue it down flat, but I like it to be raised. And to go with this, I'm going to add this giant Christmas cookie here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some paper snips and do fussy cutting. Now, usually I say that I leave a border around, but I'm not going to leave a border on this one. I am going to get the whole word on there. This one I'm going to cut out and right at the edge so that it just looks like a real cookie almost. And the coloring on these little cookies is so pretty, and it looks kind of realistic, like browned edges on a real cookie. They're just a lot of fun. Let's see. Somebody said that they had their cards already done in the mail. Kelly, way to go. Man, that is pretty fabulous. So I'm getting ready to send calendars, so that will be fun. So if you're one of my customers or a member of my LovenStamps demonstrator team. Calendars will be coming out later this month. So, all right, now this I would definitely hang on to because you can use these elements later for the other pieces that I'm going to show you for. So you'll kind of see that as we go along. Okay. All right. So now I have my cookie that's going to go on here. And here is my tip for gluing this down. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this to the back side and add some multi-purpose liquid glue on here. And then I'm going to glue this here to our cookie. I think we'll do it at kind of a fun, our cookie sheet, kind of a fun angle. I'm trying to keep my fingers away from the back side there because I don't really want them to get all gluey. And then I'm gonna bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm gonna pop the dimensionals on here underneath the grid where I've added the glue. And so that is going to make sure that not only does our grid stick to our card very nicely, but it also is going to ensure that our star is stuck down. So there's probably, you're kind of risky to try and use the Stampin' Dimensionals adhesive through the grid to get the cookie to stick. So that's why I added the glue between the cookie and the grid. Okay, so there we have our grid. All right, and you can see how much cuter that is where it has that little pop-up element, that extra shadow, so it's not just flat on the card. All right, so now to add to this, we're gonna add some really simple little stickers. So I'm gonna throw on one of these cute oven mitts. Let's see, how about there? And then I'm gonna throw on one of these darling little cookie spatulas. And let's see, got one extra little silver part. And there it is, okay? And then this I'm gonna go ahead and pop on here too, okay? So we have our cookie spatula. And then I'm gonna add, I think to embellish a little more, I wanna add some other color to this. So I'm gonna grab a couple, I'm gonna use 3 green dots on here. So maybe one down here, and then one up here, and another little offset, kind of extend our direction that way. So there is a quick card, okay? So envelope, and you're ready to go. And if you wanted to add the stamp set for this, which I didn't get out to show this morning, but you could add like extra greetings from the stamp set. So they include fun greetings such as wishing you a Merry Christmas, you're the icing to my gingerbread, sending you peppermint kisses, things like that. So definitely some fun possibilities, or you could just stamp Merry Christmas on the inside. Okay, so there's card number 1. Next, let's grab another set of cards. So I have this card right here, and I need a blank card. So this is number 2. Let's see, we're gonna turn this direction. Now, I love the way these little grids are printed on the front of these, and they are a great feature. So trick here though is that this isn't really like, you know, you don't really want that line right there, but I don't want to cut it off. So I'm going to show you a trick to do with this card. This is what it looks like on the back. And you're going to save these elements here. So trick for this card, and that's my goal today, is give you some tricks for making the most of this kit. So, all right, I'm going to bring this in here, and I'm going to trim it right at the edge where that little liney part starts, okay? But I'm not going to trim my cookie, okay? So watch what I'm gonna do. I've got it straight here. I'm gonna trim up to the cookie. I'm going to pick up my blade. I'm gonna go past it, and I'm gonna trim up to the cookie on the other side, okay? Now I didn't wanna trim through the cookie. I think you guys can see that pretty well, right? Those cut lines. I didn't want to trim through the cookie accidentally, so I was pretty conservative where I kind of stopped there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim just the rest of that little tiny bit up to the cookie, and then I'm going to go around it, okay? Which leaves you with this fantastic piece of green designer series paper, which we're going to save and use for another project, okay? So see how that worked? So I could put this on here, but I think really I'm going to use a piece of another project to set that off, or another card to set that off, okay? So just because this is the card here with the, you know, design or whatever, you can use pieces of these, you can use parts of these. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one in half. I think that's probably enough. You can use pieces and parts to sort of decorate each other and have these combinations, all right? So this is like a mini online class here today on how to use these cards really effectively, the Memories and More card pack. Like I said, I wouldn't wait if this is something that you're interested in getting. They're on the last chance list, so it's possible that they will not be around for super long because when they sell out, then they'll be gone. They won't get more this season, okay? All right, and they're perfectly sized to fit inside that little grid, okay? Now we need, oh, I got more people saying their cards are done. Becky's cards are done. Tanya has a bunch of addressed. Woo, you guys are rocking it. Well, if you have a few more, then these would be fun addition ones to add. So, all right, let's bring back in that piece of the other side of the card here because I want some of this to make a little banner. So I'm gonna put one of these Merriest Christmas Greetings between the cards in the kit, these guys, and the stickers that are here. Your fronts of your cards, you can definitely make all 20 cards easily without having to have the stamp set necessarily, unless you want to stamp some elements on the inside. So there are lots and lots of pieces here. But I thought about putting this directly on here, and I felt like it just got lost. It didn't really set off very well, and it needed just a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop a banner under here. So let me stick that back down for now and trim a piece of our fun coordinating paper. So many coordinating pieces here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop this right here in the center. Did I get it centered? Okay, hold on. There we go. These little guys are temporarily repositionable sometimes. You have to be kind of quick with it, but all right, there, easier, not upside down. And then, I don't know if I left myself enough space, but I'm going to cut some banner ends on here. There we go. And that, I really like that, the way it sets off better. So now I'm gonna pop, let's just use a strip of Stampin' Dimensionals and put this across here. Now, if you're worried about putting this in the mail and having these sticker parts get stuck down, there are a couple of things you can do. One, you can take cornstarch and just take your finger, dip it in the cornstarch and run some across there. You can also like press it onto your jeans a couple times and pick up, I'm pushing it onto my jeans, pick up some little fabric fibers that'll help that be less sticky. So that makes it not cling to the card when you put it together. All right, another tip for you. And then we have our greeting there. So with an envelope, there is another card. So now we have 2 of these fun cards. The next one I'm gonna show you is a way to take these grids, because you only get 6 of them in a package, and I'm gonna make you, show you how you can get double duty out of these. So what you're gonna do, let's bring our next card in, let's see. Okay, here's our next card base. Here we go. I love the idea of using these, but sometimes you want to, figure out how to get it to fit on here. So one way to sort of make the extra duty out of these is to go ahead and cut your grids in half. So this is like my super quick, there we go, super quick tip for these. Cut your grids in half and then use them on your cards like this, okay? Ta-da! So now you get 2 cards out of a single grid. Now, if you're like, whoa, how is that gonna turn into a card? I will help you with this. All right, and so I'm gonna bring in some more pieces here. So again, I have some of this green paper here that we trimmed from the other side. And I have a strip of red here, which is going to come from another card. I'll show you where. Because I want a cookie embellishment to go on here, and there aren't cookie embellishments in the stickers. Now, if you have the designer series paper, which I thought I got out, yep, here it is. If you have the designer series paper, so this is the 6x6 designer paper, there are a zillion cookie choices in here. So, well, there's the trees, there are the, oops, I cut them all out of that paper already. There are all of these cookies, and you can of course mix and match this designer series paper with the card pack to give yourself a zillion options. But also in the card pack are elements that you could use. So this one's pretty a cookie recipe. I guess you could, you know, enclose that in a card if you wanted to, but I am going to again do a little fussy cutting, which someone just called cranky cutting. I like that too. It's not too bad. And you know what, when you're kind of doing your like Zen mix and match on these, it's really not very painful at all. So I'm not always a fussy cutter. All right, so I am cutting around here, and again, I'm not leaving a border. This is apparently the 1% of the time that I quoted the other day. And then we have this gorgeous red paper on the back, which I've already trimmed down, and that is going to go on our card here, kind of like so. All right, so let's give this a back. I'll just use my seal, and we're gonna put that right across there. And then our grid, which I already said I liked our grids to pop up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our same trick with our layering. I'm gonna put the glue here on my frame, on my cookie sheet. There we go. Or on the cookie, to go on the cookie sheet. And then I'm gonna pop a dimensional or two here on the bottom. Okay. All right, like that. So that's how our cookie sheet is gonna come together. And let's see, I like it crooked better. Then we need a greeting. So I'm gonna use one of these. Your friendship makes the season sweeter, which is a fabulous greeting to put on a card. And this is going to go down here. Now again, kind of like the last card that I showed you, the greeting sticker doesn't really stand out so much on its own, but with an extra banner across it, it's going to stand out fabulously. So this piece is already the right width. I'm just gonna trim, where'd my piece go? I'm just gonna trim a narrow strip here to pop underneath. And then this is gonna go on top of our grid. So let's see, we'll pop a little glue here on this side of it. And I'm gonna get this kind of all assembled, and then I'm gonna show you the last part here. Okay, so I think down here, that look good? There we go, pretty straight. All right, again, I'm gonna use that piece of Stampin' Dimensional to pop underneath here to make sure that this, sticks really well. You gotta get it where the paper already is. And then it's gonna need a Stampin' Dimensional over here also. So now we have dimensionals here to hold our grid on in all the places, so it's not gonna flop around. And you could certainly just glue all this stuff down flat if you are like, oh my gosh, that's too many layers, Meg. All right, so now that's gonna go across there, and because green lid glue doesn't grab instantly, I have an extra second or two that I can switch the shape of that around, and then I'm gonna add our sticker here on top, okay? So there we have our, oh, I'm like totally crooked, sorry guys. There we have our third card, okay? So we have our big cookie card with a full grid. We have our cut card with that fun ornament edge. And we have our half grid card, which is gonna extend your grids. So love that little trick. And then let's bring in card number 4 for today. So for this one, I need another card base. So I've got this. And I am going to do this one as a little bit more of a greeting card. So I'm using one of the cards from the kit that has written right on it, your sugar and spice and everything nice. So this can go right here. I felt like this was a little bit underwhelming, just kind of on its own. So I decided I wanted to layer this, to have a layer behind, like, you know, a green layer. This one has this made with love thing on the front, which would be great if you were doing like a little treat or something. You could put this inside. But if I'm doing cards, I wanted to have it just use the edges as designer series paper. So I thought about layering it like this, but I felt like not so much of the green shows. So I'm going to show you a trick, another trick, right? We're all about the tricks with these cards to make the most of this. And that is to cut it in half, okay? So I cut it in half, and then I'm going to take this and extend it, okay? So now it looks like our card is a lot longer than it is, and the way this will work for you is you have to get the cut edges inside where they'll be covered up by this element, okay? So you see how much more like oomph we get for those pieces there? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna put some multi-purpose liquid adhesive on here, and I'm going to pop that back on. And I'm kind of judging the placement on these. I want the corners to show on the gingerbread, so that gingerbread frame in the card background. And I want to make sure that the sides of my cut edges are within the cookies, because it's kind of fooling your eye. It looks like this is one long piece there, okay? See how that works? All right, so now I'm gonna take this and pop some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, and let's see, I have my snips here somewhere. I might just go ahead and do some corners. So if I do this one, I can pop this. Oh, where's the card? There's the card. Lost it for a second there. And this one, and not where I dropped it, but there. And peel those backings off. Definitely save those edges of your dimensional sheets. They are super handy, especially when you're doing quick cards and you want to have some time to go make some cookies after this. So, all right, are you guys getting hungry for Christmas cookies yet? All right, so we've got that on there, but we need some more decoration, of course. So I'm gonna pull in more of this paper here, which we, of course, use to cut the mitten for our cookie card here. So let's cut ourselves a strip, and I might just make it easy for myself and cut this to 3 inches wide, because that's really gonna be the width of most of the things that I need for this. Okay, so there's actually a 3-inch card that you could, pop right on there just like that. So 3 by 4 is the size for that. I do love these Memories and More kits, actually. All right, so let's cut ourselves a strip there about that wide, and this red is going to nicely set off on our card here, and I'm gonna pop some multi-purpose adhesive on the back, or seal works fine, and I'm gonna butt this down kind of close to the bottom here. All right, there we go. Now I feel like we still need more to this, so also included in your packet, oops, there we go, are these fun little stickers and stuff here, these foiled stickers. And so I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of these. So let's do, how about a snowflake with the star or the outline on it there. And then maybe a solid snowflake right here. And maybe one of these small snowflakes up here. Okay, so now we have a 4th card with another set of these cards. So we have 1, our big cookie card. We have 2, our Merriest Christmas ornament card. And we have 3, our cut cookie grid card, and then 4, we have this sugar and spice everything nice card, okay? Lots of good ideas here. So obviously, these are not the only cards that you can make with this set. There are a number of different other cards that you can use. I can show you some of these other ones here. Let's see, there's the sweet ones. These, it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas, kind of fun. These cards, we talked about how to use those. These are the holiday cards here, those cookie recipe cards. The one I haven't showed you guys is this sort of zigzag card here. And so the Memories in the Making side is really fun if you're like wanting to use these to do memory books or memory pages or things like that with the Memories and More page protectors. But otherwise, this is just a really great background. So you could certainly use that for a background for a card, and then some of these stickers would show up really well in there. And then you can, of course, use the banner trick that I showed you, use the strip trick. you know, use some of the little embellishments, make an edge, all those tricks that I showed you this morning. So, all right, so you guys see all those fun pieces. So like I said, they're kind of a quick mix and match, and you can, you know, make multiples of the same one. So like here's another one of this, and here's another one of this. And you can see these are all from one kit. So I've already done 8 because I've done the exact same cards twice now. And I still have all of these pieces left. So it would be super easy to get the 20 cards out of one of these packets to go with the 20 cards and envelopes. You probably could mix and match the pieces, especially if you add in greetings from the stamp set or from the designer series paper. You would easily be able to get 40 cards out of here. The thing that you'd be short on maybe would be the greetings if you wanted to, you know, stick with greetings like these, Merry Christmas and stuff like that. But the stamp set includes some greetings too. So lots of possibilities on this kit. So what do you guys think? If you overlooked it in the book and hadn't kind of considered it necessarily, but you're getting down towards the end and you just want a few extra little Christmassy projects to be working on, this is actually a really fun kit that you could have, and you could have a group of friends sit around a table and, you know, mix and match and make cards together. If you had like a group that wanted to send Christmas cards to shut-ins or something like that, this would be a really easy project to. You don't really have to prep anything. You just bring some, you know, bring a couple trimmers and some adhesive and lay the cards out, and there it all goes. So a really great project to work on together, especially if you're a gathering family or friends or things like that. Also, I'm going to show you a couple more projects. Let's see, these I've already shared here on Maker Mornings with Meg. So I think I showed this one. This is a really simple card. This one uses the designer series paper and the stamp set rather than the Memories and More. Really kind of fun and simple there. This one was a Z-fold card. So I had a special opening here. And this one, trying to get it straighter. This one uses on the front here, can you see the background there with the grid there? You can see it a little better. So that used some white craft ink to make that card stand out and have a little bit of a fun background. So that is Maker Mornings with Meg. You can check out. And then I have another card. So this one uses the designer series paper with the cards and envelopes instead of the card kit. So that one's coming. And then actually just the last the last Maker Mornings with Meg I showed was these sweet little gift card holders that use the stamp set too. So it's a really great suite with a lot of pieces that you can mix and match. And this one was, let's see, this is episode 222, so that was 221. So you can check out the gift card holder there also. All right, any questions about these? Let's see, Sue said she really liked the extending the colored card, the problem for like adding extra color. Yeah, and putting it behind. So you could use more than one card if you really wanted to. Like there's a zillion extras in here. So you could, if you can't get it to line up right, you could extend it by, you know, doing something like this. Just make sure that the part in the center that you don't want to show is hidden. But yes, lots and lots of possibilities for these. And you make up your cards and drop them in the mail and then go make some Christmas cookies. I'm going to show you as part of the LovenStamps tutorials for December, I'm going to show you a 3D project with these two, like a little tag kind of thing if you're packaging cookies or stuff like that. So for the LovenStamps tutorials in December, you'll get the directions for these card kits, or for the Memories and More cards that I showed you today, complete with like the layouts of all the pieces. You will get directions for the gatefold or the Z-fold card, and you'll get the directions for the 3D project too. So more than usually the 4 that I put in there. So, all right, somebody said Sheila said you could even cut out the other design before you cut it in half. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally. Because it doesn't show. So if you want to save this Made with Love element to add to your 3D project, which would be a really perfect one to go with some cookies, then you can go ahead and cut that out before you split it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys, we have best ideas all together, right? Everybody's building on all of the different fun things. And if you are not planning on ordering from me in December, you have your demonstrator or something like that, you can get the tutorials from me on my Etsy shop as a PDF to download. So watch for those to post in the next couple of days, probably early next week. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Links are in the video description for all of the supplies that I've used today. So you can find those. The December host code is there. I appreciate your support and orders and so forth. There's a link to my Etsy online store there too for PDF tutorials. So have a fabulous Friday, a fabulous weekend, and I will be back on Monday with another Maker Morning with Meg project. So happy stamping, guys.